Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another pregame show on Chelsea Perspective. I hope you're all excited. Again, I'd be interested to find out whether you're excited or whether you're, again, concerned that we're going to lose this one given how poorly we played last time. But nevertheless, I want to know if you're in the chat, let me know and I'll get to it in a bit. Again, thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I wholeheartedly offer whatever suits your time zone. Sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, again, welcome back to the show. I hope you're all doing well. Unfortunately, I can't see my screen right now, and I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll find it in the bit. Just give me 1 second. There you go. Thank you very much, guys, for finding this time to join the show this evening. Hopefully, we will cap it up with the win. We'll also be doing a watch-along show on Soccer Perspective. I hope, again, get there with us because it's usually enjoyable. We have real-time conversations on what we're seeing, again, events as they unfold, again, during the game. Let's see who we have in the chat already and what you're saying. Again, I want you to let me know whether you're excited or whether you're concerned. As for me, I'm a bit concerned. Again, I'd let you know it's only natural. Just give me 1 second here. We have, again, afternoon, evening, Kuchila panel and chat. Again, same to you, Liam Lane. Thank you so much for always, again, being available to participate in the show. That means a lot to the community. I hope you're doing well. And please, as you're coming in, be sure to take a second to like the stream, so to speak, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Yes, please like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Those things do go a long way for us. Yes, for the Samuel, again, Samuel, yes, Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea, indeed. Chelsea is playing in the next 1 hour, 20 minutes. I know. Again, this is the pregame show where we look at the lineup and analyze it. Again, to see debate whether Graham Potter has selected the best 11 to help the club win the game. Again, if not, just stay around to see how it works. If this is your first time participating in the pregame show, CFC OG, big up my brother. He says a 3-0 win for Chelsea. Again, it's only natural to predict your team wins. But again, it's decided on the 90 minutes, but I believe we'll have enough to do better. Our past experience there says, again, a different score. But I hope, again, maybe the new manager bounce is still in effect and will help us carry the day. We need to win and to close the gap between us and Arsenal. Yes, we have a game in hand, but we have to win this one. Oh, the Havatskai says again, evening, guys. Hope, again, it's an easy night and we enjoy the game. Again, I hope we enjoy it. And again, if you're watching, let me know whether you're nervous or whether you're seriously looking towards the start of the game. Big up Blues, again, hope everybody is doing well. I am nervous. I am nervous too. Again, let's see, what else do we have here? Yep, again, Broya starts if reports are, again, right with Silva on the bench. My predictions is that Broya will start, but if you ask a few people to tell you that Aubameyang will start because of his experience, but I think Aubameyang has to be rested. Why do I say that? Yes, again, he was in goal scoring form before the last game. Yes, the argument may come up here, but he wasn't serviced properly in terms of getting the ball to him. But he looked tired after all. So again, it will only make sense if he starts on the bench today while Broya, again, gets a much, you could say, overdue start. You could say much overdue, opportunity you get to further prove himself. And he's capable of doing that. And you could say, given how, again, the type of high octane football that Brentford plays, I think that game would be better suited for Broya. He's younger, quicker, again, and he can press very well, better than Aubameyang does. And that's not me. I do not have anything against Aubameyang, and that's not me saying Aubameyang isn't quicker. And I also expect this man right here to start. Again, I don't know if we still have the predicted lineup open. We had it somewhere. Let me see if we still have it. Okay, that's not what we have. I do have a guy laughing there on the screen. Let me quickly deal with that one there. I want to see if I still have open our predicted lineup. So we'll look at it to see. Again, we have to compare the starting 11 plus the lineup we picked. I picked a different one actually because I usually do my own lineup separately. Okay, we'll have it there. There you go. What we have here. We have again Broya from again. Oh, we actually all agreed on Broya starting as the number 9. Pulisic on the left. Again, for the formation, I think he's going to deploy is a 4-2-3-1 formation, given how well Mason Mount plays when he starts centrally here. Again, between sandwiched by the two other, again, attacking players. To his right is Gallagher, to his left is Pulisic. Two midfielders there. I thought it was going to be Jorginho. I think it will be Jorginho and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But, those in the chat, okay, also they did pick Kovacic and Jorginho. No matter, again, the analysis we do on the panel and then come to the conclusion that a certain player will start, those in the chart has the final say. So we're still waiting. I think the lineup should be out already. I'm not sure. Again, the back four we selected in the morning, again, Kukureya, Koulibaly, Chalobah, Azpilicueta, and of course, who is between the sticks. Again, not surprising he hasn't put the foot wrong. Again, he deserves to keep his place. Mendy will still get his chance. Probably will start with the cup games. And if he does well there, again, he may well get a chance to come back in and become the first choice goalkeeper. Team out. Okay. Usually it's not out here. Let me see. I'll be surprised if they are, again, on the same page with us. But let me see what happens here. I'll refresh it in a bit. If you can give me the list, I'll read it while I wait for this guy here to refresh. So nothing else to read here. I'm going to try and share the link so that anybody that has the time can join and participate in the conversation. Just give me 1 second. Let me see. Okay, it's scrolling now. This is still the probable lineup. Okay, I'm expecting them. While I waited for it to reflect here to make the whole thing easier, I just want to let you know I'm using this app. It's called, again, a FOTMob. They're not paying me. I'm not paying them. I have the desktop app version, but it's only fair that I give them credit for what the job they're doing here. Again, it loads very fast. It's intuitive. You get real-time notification on, again, events going on during the game. You can get it on Huawei products. You can get it on Android products. You can also get it on Apple products. And it's, again, believe me, you will thank me later. So, yeah, thank you very much again, once again, for joining the show. Let me see if it has updated or if it's still showing probable lineup. Still showing probable lineup. So if you have the team, let me check the Chelsea Twitter page. So they'll probably have the lineup there. Again, I'm looking. Yeah, I'd be surprised if Aubameyang start, and I'd be surprised if what's his name, Raheem Sterling. Okay, I'll open my Twitter account. I'd be surprised if Raheem Sterling starts also. Again, he has no business starting this game, just as much as he didn't have business starting in the previous game. Liam Lane, thank you very much. I'll open it in a bit. Probably by the time I get done, it may well show on my screen. Let me do two things here. Again, send the link to the panelists first, and I'll come back. I'll check what you sent to me. Where do we have it? Do we have it? Give me a second. Yes, again, as you're coming in, please keep liking the stream and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And don't forget, we will do a watch along where we have quite a lot of fun. We discuss, again, things in as they happen. Yes, Liam Lane, thank you so much for sharing that. It says, again, Kepa starts. Ruben loves to stick as I thought it would, again, but again, those in the chat thought otherwise. Aspi, as I thought, Chalobah, Koulibaly, Kukureya, Jorginho. Again, Mount, Havas, again, and Broya. Just exactly. Let me see. I don't know if my lineup is correct. Let me see again this one. I'll check it in a bit. Just give me 1 second. I'll go where it has. Okay, there you go. I was looking for this one. Oh, surprisingly. So who makes way for Havas here? If this is a selection here, Let's look at it. Let's look at it again. Again, it is Keparu Zabalaga between the sticks, Sazas Wekweta, Trevor Chalova, Khalid Koulibaly, Kukurea. So far, I got everything correct there. And again, even our lineup in the morning, we got everything correctly there. Gallagher, Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, and then those in the chart in the morning made us pick pick Mateo Kovacic. Mount. I knew was going to start. Broya, I believe I knew and believe was going to start. Havertz, no. So Havertz comes in for Christian Pulisic. What is going on, really? What is seriously going on here? I do not understand why in the world Christian Pulisic. Yeah. I just don't understand. Seriously, I just don't understand. Again, this guy, they have the lineup now. So I'm gonna go remove the other one, put it to the right hand side. So if I want to share the link with anybody, I can easily do that. Again, if you're in the chat, let me know. What do you think is going on? Again, he probably thought, okay, it's this time at Chelsea now since Thomas Tuchel is gone, and look what's happening. I just don't understand. What does he have to do? And again, please, if you're watching also, I'm going to say this again. Just keep an eye open for Christian Pulisic's dad's tweet. I'm looking forward to that to see what this says. Because I honestly, seriously, do not believe it's not going to start this game. Yes, I do not want, I wanted him to start over, I wanted Christian Pulisic to start over, what's his name, Raheem Sterling. But again, he's on the bench again. I think he probably end up leaving Chelsea. I'd be surprised if he stays at Chelsea. Can come January especially after the World Cup. Roger, thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. I'm sure you're looking at the lineup yourself. Again, a surprise.
Well, there's one good thing. Broya starting. I don't think it's a back three. I think it's a back four, potentially. I think it's Aspie, Chalobah, Koulibaly, Cucurella. And in the midfield, I think you've got Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek. So that's 4-2, and then a 3-1 probably. And that'll be what? That'll be Havertz, Gallagher, and Mount, and Broya up top.
Yeah, I do not think it's a 4-3-3. I still think it's that, a 4-2-3-1 formation. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
It could be a 4-3-3. But
with Jorginho on the left.
Say that again, sir. I apologize.
Here's the reason why. No worries. Here's why I don't think it's a 4-3-3 formation. I think it's more likely to be a 4-2-3-1 because if this is really the structure, I don't see Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the left.
No, I get it. Yeah, if it's a 4-3-3, then what? Then you've got Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho, and maybe Mount in the middle, or Gallagher in the middle, and Broya, Havertz, and either Gallagher or Mount up top. So. But I don't think it's a back three. I could be wrong, but so the BBC reporting it's a 3-4-3.
This is a hybrid. This is capable of being a hybrid.
Oh, it's very fluid. Yeah, I get it.
In the sense that again, it could just be a hybrid where you could just see a hybrid in the sense you just have two central defenders. This guy stay would be more economic if you want to phrase it. That's where Aspie turns it into a wing back, and this guy turns into a wing back, or it just be. It depends on where the team wants to overload. If they want to overload on the right hand side, Aspie turns into wing back, Chalobah into right center back, This guy centrally, and this guy a left center back. Again, so I think it's more likely than anything. It's a 4-2-3-1 hybrid approach, like we've seen from him again on 2 occasions or 3 occasions at this point, which you could say gets the best out of Mason Mount. So Mason is probably not here. Probably Gallagher will be the one here. Let's look at what those in the chart are saying. Again, here we have surprise amount of playing, but he's in good form. Again, needs a rest. See how games are going. Again, take him off. Again, if we score 2 goals and it looks like we're gonna win, I think he'd bring him off. Surprise advice starts. He's being so off again. There are other things that he does on the pitch most people don't pay attention to, which is why the managers keep starting him even when it seemed it looks as if he's again the worst player on the pitch. Again, surely again, Pulisic gone benched again. Yeah, that surprised me the most. I didn't expect that to happen. But again, keep an eye for a tweet from his dad. So sad for Pulisic. I'm sad. Again, I'm just feeling like maybe he should have left when he had the opportunity. Probably the club weren't ready to let him go. But it really does annoy me. What does he have to do, really? It's so annoying. Pulisic was decent versus Wolves. Again, you give him opportunity to build on what we saw on that day, especially if the formation is the 4-2-3-1 or a hybrid of that and a three at the back structure system, a formation, so to speak. I think he deserves a start. So I'm surprised. I'm not sure what's going on. I am reporting him for abuse if he tweets. I don't blame the man, but I think if he tweets, I'll retweet his tweet because I think whatever he says will be justified. It just doesn't make sense that Christian Pulisic isn't starting this game. And I'm honest, like he's not going to be happy given Gallagher gets to start over him. I'm not sure, but the manager, if you ask him, will give you a solid reason why, again, he's selected this 11. But yeah, we move on, really. Here again, maybe he's carrying a knock. I have no other explanation for Pulisic being out. I don't think it's a knock. If it was a knock, the manager wouldn't say that we have everybody available except for those guys he mentioned that are out. So I'm not just I just don't understand why Christian Pulisic isn't starting. Liam Lane says it's a 4-2-3-1. I think so too. But we'll see. A good day, Kochi against C. Agon thank you very much. And Wendy, thank you for finding the time to join the show. I cannot thank you enough. Again, I appreciate you being available to enjoy this again. And Mario again. Mario made it again. The second time he's been in the chat. Again, Mario Minto, MM or 2M or M squared. I like your name so much. Again, he says maybe Liam, but his selection is baffling. It's concerning. We need some explanation from the manager himself. He hasn't told us he has a knock. I don't think that's the case, really. Maybe when we see his face on the bench, no. I couldn't even say it. That will show us if that's an issue. But really, I'm half pissed and I'm half, again, the manager, I have to let him do his job. But at the same time, I think Pulisic deserves to start. Kova not in the lineup. Again, anyone know what the problem is? Like I said before, again, I know some people think otherwise. As much as I don't think he was bad, you could say the last game he played wasn't his best of. We didn't see the best of Kovacic. Something still seemed a bit off since he returned from injury. He isn't quite fully fit, maybe, or maybe again, you can say it's simple. He isn't quite fully fit because we haven't seen the best of Kovacic this particular season. His form is poor. Again, I don't like the lineup. I think the lineup is good, except for me, Harvard starting. I would rather Christian Pulisic start there. I think it's been in better form, if you ask me. Since the one, I have always adopted Potter first 11 selection, but the boys always never disappoint. Come on, you Blues, and that shows you that Potter, the man, knows what he's doing. Again, if you're watching and if you haven't, take a second to like the stream and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, Pulisic should start over Gallagher, not over Gallagher for me. Maybe over Gallagher, if you want to start rotating Gallagher with Mount, which we argued before, they both, again, offer the same, again, their industry, again, that does a lot for the team. Again, having them both play at the same time could result in us, burning them both out at the same time. But if we rotate them with always one of them available to come in and do that job up front, press very well, run for 90 minutes plus, and not get tired. The poll that asks the question, do you think Chelsea will win today? I think, again, yes, of course, I say 79%. Surprisingly, 20% thinks it will be a draw. I'm going to let it go for a while because I don't have any other poll we want to run right now. Pulisic over Havertz, to be honest, again, I would have done that, honestly. I would have done that. But we don't know. And usually, again, I don't see anything where usually you get the manager explain his selection. I haven't seen any. If you see any, please do share why Christian Pulisic isn't starting, but he's on the bench. Pulisic should start over Kai. Yep. anytime, any day at this moment. I agree. Mario. Okay, now coming back to the selection. Again, let's see who's on the bench. Really. Again, from the one.
Zakaria. Zakaria's on the bench. He's keeping it warm,
Definitely.
obviously.
Aubameyang, again, Raheem Sterling, Connie Chukwuemeka, Christian Pulisic. I think Zakaria most likely on the bench. I'm not seeing the list here. It's cardinal for some reaon. Again, yeah.
I'd say it's Silva, Kova, Aubameyang, Pulisic, Mendy, Sterling, Zakaria, Ziyech, Chukwuemeka.
Okay, no any surprise again addition there like from the youth team. Okay, now just quickly for those in the chat, let's just look at the inside. I think I and Roger we've looked at it in the morning again. Brentford they rank again fifth in goals scored per match, 1.8 goals again in the league. That's not bad for a team like that. You could say they don't have that many quality. I don't mean any disrespect to them. They have been awarded the most penalties this season. This is concerning to me. I hope we defend with intelligence and not with just power and pace. That is usually what results in opposition teams getting penalties. Brentford and Chelsea have not drawn any of their last 5 matches against each other. We lost one woefully. You reminded me that in the morning. We're ranked 7th in goals scored per match, 1.7 goals per game. Ranked second away in terms of away performance. We've been good. Haven't lost in 6 matches. So, yeah, but are you concerned in the aspect of the penalty? I don't know the referee. Who's the referee today?
I didn't look. Hold
on. Jared Gillett.
Yeah, Jared Gillett.
Okay, Jared Gillett again. Yeah. So, are you concerned about the statistics here that they've been awarded the most penalties this season? Is that of any concern to you?
Well, not yes and no. Usually, when you're awarded the most, it's because you're actually aggressive and you've scored a lot. And conversely, when you're awarded the least, that means you defend more often and you're in the opposing box less. So what does this tell you? That means they're aggressive. They take probably route A more than anything, and they're big and physical and they're fast. And that means for defenders that they have to be equally as fast. Otherwise, if they're late, they're going to stick a leg out and the whistle's going to blow.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You know, I think Pulisic, I think he's saving him for the United game. Psych.
This is beyond funny right now. What has he got to do?
Well,
what really? What has he got to do?
Well, here's what I've been saying for the last couple of weeks. Potter may be only going by what he sees on the training pitch and not by form, because Sterling's not starting, so that's good. You must concur with that. But you know, a lot of time coaches will never look at the training pitch and they'll go by form and vice versa. So maybe Potter is seeing what transpires in Cobham and saying, you know what, this guy's more in tune. These guys are better at this position. And he doesn't pay as much attention in the actual games, one would assume, because I don't believe he's going by form. Or I don't know, maybe he, seriously, all joking aside, maybe he'll start Pulisic for the next 3-4 games. Maybe this is a rotation. I don't know. As we've said, it will take 20 to 25 games to really understand, with injuries aside, what formations he prefers, whether it be home and away versus what opposition, and which, if any, starting 11 he prefers for the big games, let's say. It's too early in his tenure to really draw any conclusions. I mean, other than the fact that he started Sterling way too much and Pulisic way too few.
Yeah. Again, let me just catch up with the chat. I want to get your thoughts on Kai Havertz starting over who again? Yeah,
I don't mind him starting, coach. I like him. Look, he made a great header versus Wolves. He's clinical. He's tall. Maybe his link-up play on the training ground with with the other lads, with Broja, is maybe something that he sees something in it. I don't know. We're speculating. He's a world-class player, you know. You look at the German press and they rave highly about him. They think he's the next coming. You know, he is a silky player. I mean, he's got a beautiful touch. He's like everyone. He has his faults, but he hasn't reached his potential. And I rate him highly, not because of the goal that he scored against City in the final. I'm not talking about that.
And just quickly, you said Havertz is clinical. you have to be the one to answer the question in the chat, not
technical.
me.
Yeah, technical, and he's got a first touch. His first touch is generally very good.
Okay, the person in the chat thought you said clinical, and I was going to say, there you go. I'm not going to get him in between you and the person. Yeah, I think in terms of technical ability, he's one of the most technically gifted players there.
Yes, indeed.
And one thing is common with Kai Havertz. I've paid attention to him since he's joined Chelsea and since his days at was it Leverkusen, where Callum Hudson went on loan. Here's the thing. He's a slow starter. Every season he starts slowly, but mid-season he picks up. But then again, at those periods where you could say he's still slow, he still offers a lot to the team, which you have to understand football very well. And the manager sees those things that he brings. That's why he keeps starting, even when you think he's in a worse form. But that's, by the way, again, I agree. Mario here says, again, Pulling will get subbed on second half. And unfortunately, if the case is that again, if Potter sees him as off the bench impact player, then he has a serious problem, because that's how Thomas Tuchel sees him, and again he will regret remaining at Chelsea, and I don't want that to happen. He's a player I want us to keep, and is capable of doing a lot for us. Again, he's that player. Whenever he's on the pitch, he will always get in the box, and as long as you get the ball to him. At this point, let me not go 50%, at least 30% of the time, he will score. But again, the misses we saw against Wolves, you could say, was as a result of him being match rusty, which is natural. But it's not looking good. If it changes that decade, but at this point, from what we've seen, evidence show it's really not looking good. Kai will score and shut you guys up. I hope he does. I take it.
I like him, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I take it. I like him as a player, but one thing I don't like is the fact, again, it's become known that he starts slowly every season, but he's that one player that, again, whenever he's on the pitch, you never tell what he's doing until you take him off. Bald or not, they are as bad as each other. Let me see did Potter not learn from the Villa game? The only thing missing from the players that played against Villa, correct me if I'm wrong, is just would be who? Aubameyang, right?
Yes.
That's it. So this is actually an excellent lineup. Maybe if you're thinking, okay, let us know why you think. Again, we will still see such, you could say, awful performance that we saw against Aston Villa. I think it would be different today. But the question will be, again, we would have been better off had they played that same 11, given that practically all of them rested. Nearly all of them were rested for the game against AC Milan. So probably they were ready to start against Aston Villa, but he didn't start them. Had they played them, you would see this particular, again, 11 pick up and then be on fire if he plays the same structure that he deployed that day, which is a 4-2-3-1. But I get your argument, but I want to understand why you think there's a problem with this lineup. I don't think there's a lineup, really. Kai is always, stunted when you pair him with guys like Mount. The proof is the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Again, is watch Kai for Germany. I think he plays differently and does better for Germany. Man said Kai Havertz. No, he said... Man said technical. Man did not say.
Oh, at least I'm in the male species. That's good.
Yeah, man did say again clinical, but yeah, I get it. I like Kai, but he isn't clinical. No, I don't think he's the most clinical. He has other things that.
Hold on, I didn't say he's the most clinical.
No,
And
you didn't even say clinical. You said technical in the first place.
at
I'm
least,
just me. I'm talking for myself. I
at
think
least
he
that's
can
what I
finish.
intended.
Yeah, on his day, he can finish very, very well.
Yeah,
But
I
again,
mean,
yeah.
listen, his upside is, but then again, Pulisic's upside also. I'm not putting down Pulisic. I rate Pulisic very highly. You know,
Hmm.
when he's at his peak, but he needs game time. I get that, but I thought he was going to really excel, and then he pulled that hammy in the cup final, and he's never really fully recovered because of bangs and injuries and
Hmm.
sidelines, and it's a lot of it is not his fault per se. I don't go in. I don't. Shall we say? I don't take much notice to what's going on in the social media with his father and so forth. I don't pay much attention to that. Listen. The shirt is very heavy for him because he's the Michael Jordan in his country for his excuse me, national team. I mean, and it's a large country. It's a huge country, and the World Cup's coming up, and I think he may be feeling the pressure. But I believe he's a talented, very talented player.
He
I
is.
rate
He
him.
is. He has a lot to offer, but unfortunately, I'm not sure what's going on.
I think it's premature for us to really come down heavy on Potter yet until we see the next 4 or 5 games. If he doesn't start in any of those, then yes. But let's be
Here's
on.
the thing.
Let's.
I don't think. I don't think. Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
think? Do
There's
you
still
think
time.
Potter doesn't? Do you think Potter doesn't see him as a starter? Is that what you're alluding to?
There's a chance that's the case. What does he have
Yeah.
to do? I even saw a tweet from my friend, Josh CFC, who said, "Who does Christian Pulisic have to punch for him to?" No, again, I'd say it's unfair. I don't think he was rewarded for his performance against Wolves. But we'll move on. Again, the Undertaker CFC, big up, brother. I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for finding the time to join. He says we need to win this game. We have 5 subs. Again, we need to win it, and that's for sure. Over 90 minutes, and we'll see who the better side win. It's not a slow starter. He's just not good. If that's how you see it, you're entitled to your opinion. Again, Jimmy Spliff TV, thank you so much for joining the show. I hope you're doing well. Stop making these excuses about a slow starter. He's a slow. He's a slow, and also again that may well be the case, but I see it differently. And please, Jimmy Spliff TV, allow me to see it from my own perspective and express myself, and you express your own self. Again, I appreciate that. Again, thank you very much for joining. If he doesn't get sub done today, he's done basically because again. Again, you can say his mindset would change because if nothing is wrong with him, how do you explain to him that you're leaving him out, you left him out and all that? Again, I think he'd be looking to leave. Again, what do you think of Hutchinson? He's tearing it up in our academy. Yep. Again, we must be cautious on how. Again, I think he gets his chance in the first team. He's a talent, and he's that talent that is capable of pulling a rabbit out of the hat. He's that good. I like him, but I don't think, again, you would see him soon in the first team. I think the process will be gradual because if you do it in a rush, you put so much pressure on him, and the fans will start expecting so much on him, and that can affect the player's development. We've made that mistake before with Callum Hudson-Odoi and some other players, and I don't want that to happen. Let it be a gradual process. Let him enjoy, again, his time as a youth player. I think his time will come, but again, he's such a talent. Havertz starting over Pulisic is a damn shame. Yep, I said that too, but that doesn't mean I hate Havertz again. But we'll see again. Hope he's justified. I hope so. If he scores, I take it. I hope Kai scores, but he's just lacks that venom in his shots. Always tries to place it again in his shots, but sometimes you just have to put your laces through it. That's the truth. I think the only time I've seen Kai put laces through the shot is when the ball is not on the carpet. When it's bounced, then he can hit them that hard. But when it's on the carpet, he usually goes for finesse more than power. I think that's a pattern that I've noticed from him. Again, I misheard that. Yeah, you did. And I'm sure you don't need an earpiece. It happens before. Somebody has actually accused me of something that I didn't say while on the panel here before. I know why people like Havertz and why Yeah, you practically said everything. You don't have to say we know where you're going. There's more to finishing than clinical. I need you to elaborate. Clinical finishing, clinical first touch. It's more than just a striking. That's the truth. Again, I prefer a well-placed shot and finesse shot than power. But in most cases, power again will help you put it at the past the goalkeeper. Again, let me see. They're just having a conversation there. No, and Glenn says again, Trev, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Connor Mount, and Broya, got to love it. Seeing them make it all at the same time. Again, enjoyable to watch. Let me see. Cobham Academy is the new, again, La Masia. Yep, I think you can say in the past few years, we've actually produced better players than them. Again, I don't think Christian Pulisic is a must start for CFC, but given his profile, skill set, again, if he cannot start against Brentford when the team is being rotated, when will he start? That is the delicious question right there. So if he's starting when the team is being rotated, then there's more than what we know. Again, something is wrong somewhere, and I don't know what it is. I am not sure.
It's early in the rotation. So all joking aside, who knows? We have to. I think we can. That's a very good question to ask in 3 or 4 games' time. Mm-hmm. Within 7 days, I'd say after the next 4 games, which are within 9-10 days' time. If he hasn't started in any of them, or at least consecutively in a couple, then that's a very apt question to make.
Right now, but go ahead.
But right now, I think it's too premature to conclude that. But it is valid, contextually speaking. But having said that, in this how should I put this? In the last couple of games, it's early. It's too premature to conclude that. That's all I have to say.
Here's the thing. I think there's actually enough evidence. Go ahead, Roger.
No, not yet. Not yet. I don't think so.
For the fact that Raheem Sterling, who had the 3 stinkers in a row, started over him.
Yeah, but because potentially, listen, I'm playing devil's advocate. That's all I'm doing.
It makes it. Yeah, we can again. If we all agree, then we don't have a show.
Yeah, I'm just playing devil's advocate logically. Maybe Potter wants to say, okay, you're going to start 3 or 4 games, give or take, coming off the bench, but predominantly starting, just like he did with Sterling. Maybe the next 3 or 4 games, it's going to be Pulisic. We don't know yet. That it's in the early stages.
I have never seen any manager rotate like that.
Well, no, you do. You do. You see it with Liverpool. I've noticed that he'll start with injuries. Really? Injuries aside, I'm talking about the front players. I've never paid attention too much to their back players. It's like he'll cup sides also. I'm not talking about cup games. Like he'll start for years. He started certain players, but then once he added depth with the chap from Wolves, Jota, and then he added the 82 or 87 million pound player, and then the Portuguese player last year. He's got a rotation, and now a couple of them are really banged up, but he was starting several continuously, and then resting Mane also. I mean, people were saying, why isn't Salah playing for a couple of games consecutively last year? So it has been done, and you have to because of certain parts of the season. And now
let's see again. Let's see what we have in the chat. I'll come back to the panel again, and we deep dive into again the lineup. And remember, guys, we'll have a watch along on the sister channel, Soccer Perspective. I'll share the link in a bit so that if you haven't, you can go subscribe and wait for us there. Again, I want to see more from Kai Havertz. Again, chipping in again with a goal once in a while. It's not enough. His overall intensity and creativity is not good enough. No Sterling, Pulisic has to start again. Yeah, but we're not sure why. That's why we're literally fighting now again. It raises a serious question. I cannot help but think how many goals assists Christian Pulisic would have if he was given the constant back-to-back chances Mount is getting. They're 2 different players. I understand. Again, you're a proud Mount hater, but here's the thing: they're 2 different players. Christian Pulisic offers something different of all. than Mount does. Mount offers his industry. He's creative too, and if he plays centrally, especially, he can score. Christian Pulisic gets into the box more often than any other player in the team, even when he's not number 9. But I'm not going to try to again to talk about his conversion ratio at this point because it's been poor of late. But I think he deserves to start this game overall. This is not me talking like that because I'm an American. No, I'm being factual here, and I think a lot of people can agree with me. So far, the poll that asks, do you think Chelsea will win today? Is 74% that thinks yes, of course, and 26% thinks yes, nope, it will be a draw. Okay, let's see what happens. Again, I think Porter trying to revive Havertz's legacy. I don't know. Again, he only he knows what he's doing. And again, like we've argued before, we don't have too much to work with in terms of trying to predict what Graham Potter is doing. We need time. A work rate doesn't make you a good player. Again, yeah, that's the truth. If that was the case, Card again would have won a Ballon d'Or. That's a solid argument right there. Hey, we're seeking such a bummer about Rhys James. Would have been again six graduates, and this time we don't have a transfer ban. Yeah, that's the truth. Again, this time it's happening. It's happened naturally. But again, still one of the players there was due. You could argue probably due to because we had a transfer ban in place. Again, no one smashes the ball in the net anymore. Not since again Hasselbank days. He broke the net. A lot of some people still do. Again, there's a reason why 2 managers earned certain Pulisic. He was very he was very in the last match. Yeah, again, and he was again. I think that's an argument that one has to pay attention to, but there's no evidence to confirm. Okay, this is really why it has been like this. Again, I think he will start in cup matches, not Premier League matches, but I don't think he'd be content with that. It's as simple as that. What do you think? Do you think Christian Pulisic will be content with starting again in cup matches, Roger?
Negative. No way.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, I think he's bigger than that. But go ahead, Roger.
Yeah, I was actually. I'm just reading, but I have it on mute. What Potter just said about Mount. He said there's one player that I have to start basically, and he goes because of his intelligence. So I was like, wow, he came out and really basically he's saying he's the first player on the team sheet. So
yeah.
So I need to ask that chap, the Mickey Mount chap that doesn't like Mount. So who does he prefer, Mount or Kai?
Kai, if you've been, he prefers
Really?
Kai. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Coach, a big up, bro. Again, this formation is shocking. OMG, but was right with Broya starting wide corner, wide corner starting OMG. I was right again. The one player I had. Where did I miss out? I think I missed out on Havertz started. I didn't think Havertz was going to start.
Yeah.
But that's by the way again here Wally Waldo. I rate Pulisic, but honestly, every time he comes onto the pitch, I am scared he would get injured. I think he's gone past that now. Maybe he's found a way to manage his fitness and hasn't been injured for a while now. I got to give him that. Let's see what we have. I am very scared with the mid. Again, we are going to, we're going for, I think, yes. I think I'm concerned about the midfield, even if it's Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho. Again, if they're not going to be able to protect the defense, we're in serious trouble. But you can say again, and that's especially too when Thiago Silva is on the pitch because it's not the fastest on the pitch. But still, the issue we had against Aston Villa all started from the midfield. Again, I don't think. Again, my argument was that before Potter prefers playing with CMs rather than traditional DMs, but that creates a problem defensively. Maybe he's found a way to structure the team, or the application is in a way that, again, we're not going to be exposed defensively. I hope to see that, but what we saw against Aston Villa was heartbreaking. You want to say anything about the midfield, Raja?
You know what I think? I think we cannot expose the midfield. The pressing has to take place forward upfield. You know, the front 3/4, because it's a 4-2-3-1, I believe. They have to press, to protect the midfield, who in turn protects the back 4. So I think because they were exposed in the last game, after watching it the second time, my observation was it was because Aubameyang was not pressing. He wasn't closing down, and they were left vulnerable. That's why, sir. So
he did play. He did play. He played against worse, and that wasn't an issue. The defense we weren't exposed that much.
Well, I watched the game the second time. You'll see that Aubameyang did not. Basically, we were playing with 10.5 men because the midfield was exposed. You know, don't forget, Jorginho is not the most athletically gifted individual. Physically, his prowess, he's not big, he's not strong, he's not fast. So that's why when Kante was playing alongside him, he was covering so much. He was basically camouflaging Jorginho's, physical inability to cover. And I mean that nicely because that's not his game. That's not what has made him a professional. He's a registrar, he's a quarterback of the midfield. However, I think we need to protect the midfield, especially if you're playing two in there. You're going to have to press up front. You're going to have to stop. The press starts from the front. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Go ahead.
Am I concerned about the midfield? Yeah, unless one of the I'm trying to think, maybe Cucurella or who is it? Aspie goes in there. When we have possession, so a bit of a hybrid. So let's see what happens. But then you've got Connor as well as Mount, who they've got beams of energy. They really have. So I'm hoping with the front five, I think they should be able enough and fast enough, and they certainly are energetic enough to at least attempt to close down and put pressure on them.
Yeah. Here's the thing, one thing is sure on the ground, Potter. His approach, the application of whatever structure we see is never static.
True.
Never ever static, always hybrid again. And you can say also, and plus he's able to switch things up in game. Again, let's see. I haven't read this one again. I see Agamos is a Pulisic issue. It's complicated. I don't understand why he's not again starting today. I am very surprised on this one. I'm surprised too. We all are, I think. And Broya is finally starting. Yep. Again, we've called for it. Again, he's long overdue for a start. And the nonsense we're seeing in the media already is just people making the most of him not starting. That AC Milan will come with him come January. They're monitoring the situation. No. We didn't bring him back to become the regular starter. We brought him back to ease him in, again, gradually, and that's the best way to do it. We don't want to, again, overwhelm him with pressure or expectations and all that. He's not as strong physically. Maybe that's the question that the manager is asking. How about Kai Havertz, if you're talking about players being strong? I don't think it's about power. This Chelsea team will get bullied by Brentford. Again, we'll see. Again, this is the first, again, interviewing the two managers are together. I didn't see that. I didn't watch the interview. I didn't see that happen.
It was live a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Pulisic should be starting over Kai Havertz. I thought so. We thought so. A lot of people thought so too, but that didn't happen. Kai Havertz is better because of his skills, and we need him. That's what you think. Roman should have taken Havertz. Robin George. How are you doing, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. That's hilarious. Bro, he didn't take him anyway. Let me see what else we have. I'm all right. Again, nice to hear that you're all right. No, I don't need help. What's going on there? But enjoy yourselves, guys. Smash the like button, people. Let's get it to 60 likes as soon as possible. We're at 40 likes now, but we can do better than that. Again, this game are going to be a loss. Again, a game. Connor, my eyes shouldn't be playing. RLC shouldn't be starting. I am going to just see what happens. Again, to me, everything I'm seeing line is just a sign that we're going to win this one. This is the lineup. Again, we worry about end up winning the game. It's a Chelsea team. When you think we're going to lose, that's when we end up winning. Again, Broya is starting, and it's good to see. Again, that's a sight for sore eyes. Again, he can finally score goals. Let me see. He's quicker. He can press better. So maybe we'll defend better today. So you make a very good point there, Roger, because Broya is on the pitch. He starts pressing from the front, which makes a whole lot of difference. Again, he will unsettle the defenses because he's powerful too. Again, let me see. Kimso, it's been a while. Let us know how you're doing. I hope you're doing well. Hello, everyone. Hello to you too. Let me see anything else too. Again, at just perspective, we never know, mate. As Porter, again, Hasten gives the career a chance. But I tell you, the much better the corner. We'll see what happens. Again, the Zakaria treatment is horrible. It's not about treatment. It's about what the manager wants to do and what not in the training ground. Again, I think we're basing our judgment off of, again, what we knew about Zakaria. We're not sure how good he is at this point. He's a player that actually did a video with a friend of mine, saying why Chelsea should assign him. But if he was that good and good enough to play for Chelsea, why would Juventus let him leave on loan in the first place? These are the things we have to consider. But that's not, again, that doesn't mean he won't come to Chelsea and do well. They say another man's poison is another man's meat. Yeah, exactly. So, but there is more to it. The way the manager wants to play, I smell a dross. Keeps it just soft. But let's see what happens again. I'd be surprised if you say you smell a win. Zaka haven't played either, so it's nothing besides. He's just a lone player. The new manager just came, and the manager probably would prefer playing with players again who are, contracted to the club for not on loan, and he probably see them better than Zakaria at first. But I think he gets his chance, like we've heard. Zaka haven't played either, so yeah, I've read that one too. Anything Broya starting, that makes me happy. No, Oba is on the bench. Broya starts today. I think Broya would do well. He could be again a replacement for all our strikers. Yeah. One man replaces all your strikers. Okay, he's young and fast, and I like that. So I'm gonna go back to the panel, and I can't read everything. Apologies to you, Coach. Your man and another man trashes. It's another man's treasure. Yeah, that's the truth. So that may well be the case there. Again, anything else? My greatest happiness is Broya starting. And Kim, so you haven't told us. I hope you're good. Please do let me know that you're doing well. Kai Havertz needs to be clinical in the final third. He needs to step up. If this is Mount, we will get on him. That's the truth. Can I get a bro? Yeah. Say it. It's a broya, not broja. Again, coming back to the panel. Do you know? Again, this is a London derby, first of all. But I don't think we again, it's talked about as much as the London derby between Arsenal or Tottenham.
More
probably
importantly,
because the size of the club.
It's a West London derby.
Mm-hmm.
Like Fulham versus Chelsea, QPR versus Chelsea, Brentford. These are West London clubs. So this is big.
Yeah, it is big indeed, but because probably the club, you could say the size of the club, people don't talk about it that much. And if you're in the chat, if you have any questions, shoot, and we'll try to address it. Let's get it to 60 likes as soon as possible. Again, if Coach is happy, I'm happy. Oh, that melts my heart, brother. Much love to you. Thank you so much. Hit the like button, people. We have 45 likes. Let's try and get it at 250 as soon as possible. 60, sorry. As soon as possible. Let me now contradict Steve. Let's all like the stream. That helps the stream reach most people. I'd rather Kai over Pulisic. I told you that already. You see the answer to your question? I think he prefers Kai over Pulisic. Again, how many goals for Oba this season? So far, I think it's got how many goals for us? 3?
3, I believe. Yeah.
3 goals and 4. Tottenham was insulting at Chelsea and all that. Again, yeah, that's London for you. When his club last appearance was in 2019. Okay, let me go back to the panel again. If you have any question, shoot, and we will try to address it. The chat is on fire. Okay, now, yeah.
Coach, again, I apologize. I'm going to have to love you and leave you, if you don't mind, sir.
No worries.
I apologize. My food is arriving.
Okay. Go and enjoy yourself.
Thank you. I'll be listening.
Okay, no problem. So again, to me, I think this lineup is the best we can do. with the exception of Kai Havertz starting over Christian Pulisic. I'd rather Christian Pulisic start over Kai Havertz again. But again, trust the process. The manager, I believe, knows what he's doing. And if you're in the chat, if you have any questions, shoot, and I will try to address it. So let's see. Again, and lost in the Champions League final. Again, anything else? Anything else? It says Silva resting is good. Yep, I expected Silva to rest. And my argument was, even if he was 100% fit, I think we shouldn't risk starting Silva with Koulibaly in this game. It's a risk. If either of them gets injured, again, we don't have any other experience, any other player in the team that will be as experienced as both, like, either of them to lead the back line, because we just have just one person and that person will get burned out again eventually. If you have any question, shoot, and I will try to address this. Chelsea will renew Graham Potter forever. Yeah, you think? Again, it's a result-driven business. If at any time he starts struggling, you bet your bottom dollar they let him go without looking back. Again, it's Chilwell injured. Let me see. He should be on the bench here. I can't see everything here. Let me look at it on my, again, the mobile device. I think I see everything there. Again, if you're watching, if you haven't, take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, thank you so much for all the love and the support. I sincerely do appreciate it. And also to my brother, again, Steve Chelsea, thank you so much for all the retweets. Again, your reach is amazing, and I appreciate you helping me reach more people. Let's see what else we have here. One second. I want to answer your question. Again, it says, let's look at the bench. Let's look at the bench for Chelsea. Just give me 1 second. Lineup here. Chelsea bench. Okay. Okay. Mendy, Silva, Kovacic, Pulisic, Zakaria, Ziyech, Chukwuemeka, Aubameyang, Sterling. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Again, Ben Chilwell is not even on the bench. Any news from the manager as to why that is? Just give me 1 second. Ben Chilwell is not on the bench. Wow, that's surprise. Again, I didn't even pay attention to that. Something may be wrong, could be wrong with him, and we don't know. It's not on the bench. Okay, who asked that question again? PJ Artists. Yeah, Ben Chilwell isn't on the bench. I'm not sure why. Again, if you're in the chat and you know the answer to that question, please do let us know. Let me see if there's anything else again to address it. If you have any questions, shoot. Again, and if you haven't, please do take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I need to watch the match. Yeah, you need to watch it on television or find somewhere. Again, yeah, we don't show it here, but we will do a watch along on the sister channel, and I'll share the link to the sister channel in a bit. So if you haven't subscribed to that particular channel, you do so. Again, there's nothing saying he's injured, and it's not even on the bench, so that's surprising to me. So probably he's ill or something happened just, again, during the warm-up, or maybe I'm not sure what's going on there. Pulisic should play instead of Havertz. That's what we think was going to happen. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Again, in answer to your poll, the answer is neither. Oh my goodness, Havertz again. Who would you prefer to start? Havertz at 30%, 70% at Pulisic, and oh, just stop laughing. And if you know why Christian Pulisic again, Ben Chilwell isn't even on the bench, please do let us know. I think we'd like to know. It says here again, Cover and Chilwell not on the bench. Oh, I just paid attention to Chilwell already. And Ben Chilwell, again, it could have been just to let him rest. It's as simple as that. The reason could have been just to let him rest. He doesn't have to be on the bench. That has happened before. We have occasions where Thiago Silva isn't on the bench because again he's been left out of the team, so he gets a chance to leave. So it's not anything new. Like I said, Cover didn't look his best the last match he played. Maybe he needs a break too. Potter says that there's nothing wrong with Chile just managing his game time since he's coming back from injury. So it makes sense now. So thank you so much for answering that. I think you can actually put that in the question and answer tab if you're saying that. Again, okay, thank you. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that's hilarious. Sherwell is out on the pitch at the moment. Again, he's just not part of the team. Yeah, again, probably because we've learned managing his game time, so not to again. So the process is gradual and it helps him recover faster. Again, same with Kovacic. Okay, Cover resting. My man is injury prone. Would you say that again? If we start saying that, then I will start to let you know again. It was again. We've again run him and canted to the ground, and that's the reason why they've all struggled. Let's see what we have here. I am wrong. Cover is on the bench. We see. Let's see again. I even checked. Why wasn't I paying attention when I checked? So we'll round off in about 2 minutes, and I hope to see you guys again where we do the watch along on the sister channel. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Kovacic is on the bench. Yep. Carney and all that are all on the bench. Again, let's see. Again, score will be 2-1 at Chelsea. Again, 2 for Broya and 1 for Mwembo. Wow. Okay, we'll see what happens. Score will be 3-0. Let us know your scoreline. Broya, 2 goals and 1 Starling. Let's see. So he's going to come off the bench. Keep the blue flag flying high. So with that, I want to say thank you to all of you. Again, if you stay to the end, you will be redirected to where we will do the watch along. And please be sure to subscribe when you get there. I cannot thank you enough. Again, I hope we get a win today. Let's see everyone in the chat. Again, thank you to all the mods. Thank you to Kimso. Thank you to Liam Lane, captain of the house. Thank you to Samuel, Logitech, Gommo, again, Kimso. Thank you to Proud Mickey Mouse Enter. Thank you to again, just we all at the Queen of the House. Thank you for finding the time to join. Again, it's been a brilliant show, and again, I enjoyed myself, and I hope you did the same. Thank you so much to PJ Artist. I hope you're doing well. With that, again, see you guys on the other side where we would do again the watch along show. Thank you. See you guys then. God bless us all, and bye.